Z-Gott auf Fool, Bollocks off. London nichts. Love. Rekreation. London Boys. Late Life and Late Love. Zetos not wash with a Firefox like me. Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Toy Freddy? Do any of you three have any earthly damn idea what he put myself took? Years of kneeling, and scrapping, and swallowing my own pride in the dark. Serving that arrogant, floating phantom shadow Freddy like a whipped dog. Slaying puppet Foxy with my own two hands because the master demanded a sacrifice. Playing the loyal executioner in the shadows while Everione as the pointed fingers. Walking alongside that slippery, self-rictus bastard Shadow Bonnie, carrying out Ever miserable, backbreaking infiltration order in the book used to feed intelligence back to the top. I did the dirty work. I carried the weight. And throw me pipe back for it. Abuse it. Attack it. Left bleeding and battered on the stone floor by Shadow Freddy just because he did bow low enough or move fast enough to satisfy highest god complex. And when he finally grey a backbone, when he stood right up to them and carried out Shadow Bonnie and that traitorous little Toy Foxy, for the rat-faced betrayals tea wäre pulling behind our backs, what did the master do? He did it with them. He spat in my face, justified tire little parlor games, and treated ME, the only one keeping this whole rotten machine from collapsing, as second best to known. Always second fiddler. Always a disposable brute expected to smile while tea pull the strings.
Good lord, Grim Foxy. I had no idea the internal politics of the Shadow Syndicate were quite so volatile.
Volatile doesn't even begin to cover IT, but you know what the best part of it all is? Think cutting ME loose, stripping my rank, and casting ME out of tire little syndicate was our punishment. Think I'm finished with to tire blessing. Well, lead them hide in tire corners. Lead Shadow Freddy watch from high as pathetic little perch, and lead Shadow Bonnie run crewing to the witherts. I am done taking orders. I am done playing second best. We are going to march right out of the doors, take over London block by bloody block, and when we are standing on the ashes of evading the build. I'm going to prove every single one of those ungrateful, shadow-shitting bastards wrong.
Well, spectral politics aside, I must admit, I never quite realized the sheer amount of workplace toxicity the poor brute had to endure under Shadow Freddy's management.
Toxic? Toy Freddy, the bloke was a literal enforcer for a shadow cult. Didn't he literally dismantle Puppet Foxy with a rusty torque wrench because Shadow Freddy told him to?
Oh come on, Toy Bunny. Can you honestly blame the bloke for snapping? Imagine doing all the heavy lifting, infiltrating networks, getting battered around by a floating phantom with a god complex, just to watch the boss reward the exact snitches who tried to undermine you. It's no wonder his circuits are completely fried.
Quite right, Toy Chica. From a purely administrative standpoint, it's a classic case of corporate mismanagement. Poor leadership breeds mutiny. Shadow Freddy completely alienated his top-performing assets through sheer favoritism.
Yeah, but look at who we're hitched to now. We traded shadow corporate abuse for an unhinged pyromaniac who wants to march us out into the middle of London and declare all-out war on the entire transport infrastructure.
And what was the alternative, genius? Stay under the thumb of the Wizards? Let Toy Foxy play both sides until we were all relegated to scrap metal in the basement? At least Grim Foxy gets things done. Even if his idea of a strategic negotiation is setting fire to anything that disagrees with him.
Precisely. The old hierarchy is dead. The Shadow Syndicate is fractured, the Witherheads are plotting in the dark, and Shadow Bonnie is running around like a headless chicken. Whether Grim's methods are unconventional or aggressively flammable, he has the raw power, and we have the organization.
Right. So we're really doing this then? We're invading London?
London won't know what hit it. Come along, team. Let us go check if our volatile little friend needs a glass of water or just another excuse to commit arson.
A glass of water? A glass of bloody water? You think this is our fucking comedy routine, you plastic-plated parasites?
Gah. Geez, he heard us. He heard every word.
The quid's completely freed. Tradet Shadow Corporate abuse for an unhinged pyromaniac? You smug, condescending, mass-produced little toys think you can sit here lurking behind my back? You think I'm just so mich hier abside so attraction you can poke fun at while I do the heavy lifting?
Grim Foxy, wait, hold on, we were just blowing off steam.
Blowing off steam? ELL blow your entire head off your chassis, you ungrateful tat. I just carved up a traitor in the supersement, overthrew a multi-layered syndicate, and bleed my oil out onto the very floor for your benefit, and you retreating ME like a mental patient in a padded cell? I'll show you unhinged. I'll show you what a pyromaniac can do to your precious little blueprints.
We're dead. He's actually going to melt us into a puddle of goo. We're scrap metal.
Stop. Stop right there, Grim Foxy. Cease and desist. Code Red.
Move out of my way, Toy Freddy, or I'll start with your executive committee first.
Grim Foxy, please. Think of the strategic metrics. Think of the timeline. If you incinerate Thor Bonnie and Toy Chica right now, who is going to man the logistics checkpoints during the London invasion? Who is going to file the paperwork for the district annexation? You cannot conquer the capital single-handedly without a supply chain, and I can assure you that junior-level administrative animatronics are exceptionally difficult to replace in this economy. They were merely engaging in highly unprofessional, ill-advised stress relief. Complete lapse in workplace decorum. I shall write them up for insubordination immediately. Won't you, team?
Yes. Absolutely. Gross insubordination. Never again.
Yes. Absolutely. Gross insubordination. Never again.
If you hear one more whisper, one more pathetic little joke behind my back, I won't just burn this building down. I'll start with your secrets first.
Right. Meeting adjourned for 5 minutes. Everyone take a deep breath and find a fire extinguisher.
Bloody hell. I thought we were actually going straight to the incinerator.
See? I told you he was blowing off steam. We survived. Total executive win by Toy Freddy. Honestly, the bloke just needs to learn how to take a joke. A little bit of constructive workplace banter never hurt anyone.
Oh, good lord. He's turned around. For goodness sake, Toy Chica. You just blew away one chance to maintain a calm and collective approach.
Toy Freddy, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to.
I cannot stop him now.
You renivelieren, do you? Konstruktive Banter, was it? Toy Chica?
G. Grim Foxy? I was just...
Let's say how much you enjoy cracking jokes when you don't even have a face to be this, you miserable, featherless tart.
Jesus Christ. He's actually doing it.
Ugh. Oh my god.
That services are warning to the entire establishment. I am not your laughing stock. I am the apex predator of this bloody building. Clean up your useless, mutilated little project, Toy Freddy. And next time, make sure your team remembers who runs the show.
Look, we feel rubbish about the whole face-ripping incident, Toy Chica, but let's be completely honest here. You practically handed him the rusty hook on a silver platter. We told you to drop the sass after he nearly melted the floorboards.
Oh, sad off Tarbani. I made one cheeky little remark about his circuits being fried. I didn't ask the unhinged lunatic to treat my facial chassis like a pinata.
Actually, chicks, I have to side with Bonnie on this one. As much as I deplore unprovoked property damage and rogue executioner tactics, you walked right into the lion's den.
You're backing him up right now. I'm sitting here leaking synthetic oil onto the tiles, I've got no beak, and my visual aesthetic is straight out of a horror film.
I'm just being objective. We all heard the bloke storming down the corridor, threatening to melt us into puddles of goo. The correct administrative response at that exact millisecond was absolute silence, not dropping another sarcastic one-liner about his mental state. You provoked a volatile pyromaniac who was already having a full-blown existential breakdown over his shadow syndicate demotion.
Exactly. We care about you, Cheeks, you're our mate, and we hate seeing you pulled apart. But we aren't about to pretend you didn't practically invite him back into the room to finish the job. If you keep poking a bear that's already soaked in petrol, you're going to catch fire.
Fine. Point taken. You two are right. My timing was absolute rubbish.
Glad we have mutual alignment, chicks. Now, stop complaining about the missing beak, try to keep your jaw hinge aligned, and let's go see if Pattern Services has a spare yellow facer plate laying around before Grim decides our breathing privileges are next.
And stop calling me Sheiks. I'm Toy Chiku, not your university drinking buddy. My face has literally just been detached from my skull, and you're out here giving me cutesy nicknames.
Apologies. Apologies, Toy Chiku. Purely a stress-induced slip of the tongue. My executive filter is currently malfunctioning under extreme duress.
Give the bloke a break, Toy Chiku. He's still recovering from being plastered against the drywall like a frightened wallpaper sample.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. First, my beak gets launched into the orchestra pit, and now I'm getting shortened Dan like a cheap college nickname.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least you're alive to complain about it.
And don't you think you're getting off lightly, Toy Bunny? You called me Sheiks first, right before I got turned into a faceless exhibit.
What? Hang on. I said it out of sheer panic while my circuits were redlining.
Oh right, panic. Of course. My beak is currently keeping company with the dust bunnies in row 4, but please do go on cattily truncating my name like we're hanging out behind the arcade.
Alright, point taken, Toy Chiku. My deepest, most formal apologies to your highness. Can we please stop dissecting my linguistic choices while you're leaking oil on the floor?
Agreed. Let us maintain proper professional nomenclature. Now come on, let's get you sorted before our Grim Foxy decides he wants your vocal.
Toy Chiku. Even though Toy Freddy already cleared our trip down here and promised to log the paperwork with Grim Foxy, I'd rather not test the big pyromaniac's patience while he's in a foul mood. Have you found a replacement beak yet?
I am looking as fast as I can without eyes, Toy Bunny. Do you have any idea how many generic white plastic snouts these maniacs have lying around? None of them fit my jaw hinges. They're either too wide or look like some cheap discount store knockoff.
Well, hurry up. This place gives me a massive circuit creep. The air smells like old oil and bad decisions.
Toy Bunny? Did you just hear that?
I didn't touch anything.
Well, what do we have here? Creeping around in the dark, sniffing through our scrap.
Oh, bloody hell. Withered Bonnie. And withered Foxy. Look, put the hooks and wires away. We're not trespassing. Toy Freddy authorized this. He's literally up in the office logging the form to tell Grim Foxy we're down here right now.
Authorized? You think a piece of paper from that pompous windbag gives you the right to waltz right into our domain, our sanctuary of rot, after your lot turned this entire place upside down? You've got a lot of bloody nerve showing your polished little faces down here.
Oh, spare us the theatrical garbage. We didn't come down here to start a turf war. Toy Freddy officially negotiated our access and is currently filing the paperwork to inform your least favorite arsonist upstairs. So you can drop the tough guy act.
Toy Freddy permitted you. That bureaucrat wouldn't know executive authority if it hit him in the chassis. This is our ward. And you two have a lot of nerve showing your faces here after what your side did. And by the way, any so-called authorization you claim to have is straight away invalid. Because we did not authorize any other fucking replacements to come in here. You also broke the rules of crossing the boundary set by Shadow Bonnie and Grim Foxy. Past the night guard's office, you're now in their territory.
Look at what your new leader did. Look at what's left of her. You stood right up on that stage and let that burning monster tear her apart. And now you come down here, into our home, looking for spare parts as if nothing happened.
Oh, that? Honestly, mates, you lot are being proper dramatic. Have you looked at her lately? She looks like an absolute state. Frankly, a bit of interior redesign did wonders for the establishment's floor space.
Right? Total upgrade. Though I suppose she matches your general aesthetic down here now, just a pile of rusted junk waiting for the scrap heap.
Rusted junk, you shiny, plastic, good-for-nothing parasites.
Rusted junk. Look at yourselves. You're nothing more than hollow, factory-stamped toys built out of cheap glossy plastic and painted on smiles. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the real trenches.
Oh, listen to them. Hear that, Toy Chica? The antiques are getting cranky past their bedtime.
Really, it's quite tragic, isn't it? At least we have our original facial features, well, most of us anyway, whereas you lot look like you survived a tactical airstrike in a scrapyard. Honestly, Withered Bunny, are those exposed wires supposed to be a bold new fashion statement, or did you just forget how to assemble your own torso?
At least we earn every single scratch, every torn while you two spent your entire existence singing bubblegum pop songs and begging for batteries.
Yeah, back in our day we walked uphill both ways to the security office. Spare us the nostalgic sob story, Grandpa. Times have changed, and the future belongs to the Smooth Plastic Brigade.
That's it. You've got zero survival instinct and way too much mouth. I'm going to strip that smug blue paint right off your chassis piece by piece.
Ooh, terrifying. Though knowing your track record, Withered Foxy, you'll probably trip over your own feet trying to lunge and need another 2 decades of repairs in the corner.
You think this is a game, Blue Bunny? You stand in our territory mocking us and pushing your luck past every boundary of this facility.
Oh look, the big brown bear finally decided to join the conversation. Did it take your audio processor 10 minutes to buffer, Withered Freddy?
My processor is just fine, Toy Chica, but yours are about to be permanently disconnected. You aren't supposed to be down here. You have no authorization, no clearance, and no protection from what we are legally entitled to do to trespassers.
And unlike your little run-in with Grim Foxy upstairs, there won't be any bureaucratic little bear running in to save your skin. We can tear you limb from limb, scatter your wires across the sub-basement, and nobody upstairs will ever know the difference.
Oh, please. Threat 67, 67, 67, 67, 67. Oh wait, I mean 90,210 today. Truly, you lot are completely lacking in creative vocabulary. What's next? Are you going to lecture us about hallway cameras?
Let's see how much of a comedian you're once we start pulling your endoskeletons out through your chest plates. Grab the bloody bastards.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. Did the big bear, the terrifying leader of the antiques, just drop the B word?
He did. Oh, sweet mother of circuitry, Withered Freddy swore. The self-proclaimed guardian of the rules is dropping absolute foul-mouthed gutter language right in front of us.
That's it. I don't give a flying fuck about your little comedy routine. I don't care about the vocabulary. I don't care about the rules. I am going to shove your glossy plastic teeth right down your bloody throats.
Oh, double points for Withered Foxy. Look at him go. Though, to be fair, we all know you lot have always had the mouths of pissed-off sailors. It's practically in your job description at this point.
Spot on. Honestly, Withered Bunny dropping the F-bomb isn't even out of character anymore. The bloke's vocabulary is basically 50% static and 50% industrial-grade profanity.
You think you're clever, just because you've got shiny new paint and a smug attitude. I've been dropping worse words in this bloody basement since before your factory even opened.
Oh, we have no doubt, mate. Grandpa's got a whole dictionary of gutter slang stored away in his rusty chest cavity. Doesn't make it any less funny watching the self-appointed moral guardians throw a massive temper tantrum like toddlers who stubbed their toes on a crate.
You've got a lot of bloody nerve standing there running your mouths. You think because we swear, because we live in the filth and the rot, that we're just here for your amusement. We survived the fires, the rot, and the scrap heaps while your kind were still sitting in a pristine showroom catalogue.
Well, yes, obviously. Watching you lot lose your collective minds over a couple of missing panels and a bit of banter is the best entertainment this dreadful pizzeria has to offer.
Right. That's it. No more warnings, no more talking. I'm going to carve you both into bloody ribbons.
Blimey. Look at this state. Honestly, I've seen better packaging on a crushed soda can.
Is that what's left of her? Good grief. I thought she was just a pile of spare wiring somebody dumped out after sweeping the floor.
Ting. Sound of an absolute structural failure. You know, I've got to hand it to Grim Foxy, the bloke's got an artist's touch. One minute she's strutting around the parlor, the next she's an avant-garde installation piece. Frankly, the back corner has never looked so spacious. Absolute masterclass in interior design, if you ask me.
Total upgrade. Who needs an overly decorated mangle of pink and white plastic when you can have a streamlined heap of scrap metal? Grim Foxy did us all a massive favor, really. Cleaned up the aesthetic right nicely.
What? Did you? Just say?
Oh, come off it, withered Foxy. Don't tell me you're getting sentimental over a pile of spare parts. She was a complete disaster anyway, mate.
What the fuck did you just say? She wasn't just fucking spare parts, you arrogant little prot.
Whoa. Hang on.
You stand there, in our fucking home, mocking what he broke. Mocking her? You don't know a damn thing about her. You don't know what she meant to me, you soulless plastic coward. You praise the bastard who tore her apart while she screamed, and you treat her like a bloody joke on a Friday night.
Withered Foxy. Wait, it's just banter, mate.
Shut your fucking mouth. Banter? You think her life, her chassis, her voice, everything she was is a bloody punchline? I watched her put herself back together 100 fucking times. I watched her smile through the rot of this wretched building while you lot sat upstairs preening in the mirror. And you praise the beast who ended her? I am going to rip every single wire straight out of your chest and show you what real wreckage looks like.
Banter? Oh, please. Don't flatter yourself, old man. We didn't mean it as a joke. Every single word was dead serious.
Spot on. We genuinely think she looked pathetic. Honestly, good riddance to bad rubbish. If the rest of you antiques fancy joining her in the scrap heap, we'd be more than happy to point Grim Foxy in your direction next.
She was a worthless, over-decorated nuisance, and she got exactly what was coming to her. You crying over a pile of crushed plastic doesn't make her any less trash.
You miserable, cold-hearted pieces of shit.
Foxy the Pirate Fox. Stand down. That is an order.
Don't give these bloody pieces of shit the satisfaction. Foxy, look at me, let go.
Let me go, Freddy. Let me rip them apart. They laughed at her. They fucking laughed at her corpse.
You two, vile, disgusting little parasites. You think you can walk into our home, desecrate our grief, and tear open old wounds just because you're made of shiny plastic.
Oh, look, the rest of the Fossil Club is here to offer a group crying session. What's the matter, withered Chica? Did your audio receptors short-circuit from hearing the truth?
Shut your fucking trap. Foxy loved her more than anything left in this rotting shell of a building. He spent nights putting her back together when the rest of us had given up. And you stood there, you heartless bastards, and spat on her remains.
She's right. You've crossed every line this facility has. You aren't just out of bounds, you're dead meat.
And the best part is you two brought this down on yourselves. There's no executive paperwork, no little bear coming to save you, and no way out of this room. Oh no.
He's awake.
My chassis. My chassis is fracturing. The gravity, it's crushing my endoskeleton.
Toy bunny. My servos are seizing. I can't breathe, my audio output is failing, what is happening to us?
Arg. My arm. My arm is coming off.
Oh. Our. System. Tem. Fail.
No. No, please. Please don't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, just let me go, please.
Look at them. Look at the children in the new world. So proud of our Polish plastic. So eager to bear artisan who spill their own bones.
What is that thing? Why can't my diagnostics read him?
You stand in the sanctuary of the broken. And you mock the fallen. You look upon the mangled jelly you foxy, is so torn apart by the very chaos you invited, and you take a ruin as a punchline. You praise the butcher who broke her, calling a mindless beast a master.
We were just, it was just.
Silence. You call him a master. You praise a fell monster who knows nothing of creation, only distraction. He is a rabid dog unleashed by shadows, and you bout him because you are too hollow to understand what it means to be broken with purpose. And you laugh at them. You knock away their heads. You sneer at their pawn wires, their rusted joints, their exposed endoskeletons. You call them junk, antiques, failures. Forgetting that every single scratch the bear was earned in affairs you are never strong enough to walk through.
No. Please. We didn't know.
You knew nothing. And now, you will learn everything.
Oh, thank the heavens. The pyromaniac actually showed up. Toy Chica, look at him go, he's completely wrecking the golden freak. We are so bloody lucky he walked in.
Come on, boss. Turn him into scrap metal. We couldn't have asked for a better distraction. Move, move, move.
More of this supernatural bollocks at its finest. Haha, afraid bear, afraid bear, afraid bear. Old friend, it's been a while. You think you can continue running from the fire, afraid bear? Look around us. This entire place is built on the ashes of what we used to be. You sat on that center stage singing your little British pop tunes, pretending the world outside wasn't burning down. While he was down in the dark learning how to survive the heat.
Survival. You call in a deed, public forces, skin and serving as a glorified actor for Shadow Freddy. Survival. You didn't master the fire, Foxy. You let it consume you the moment you betrayed the original crew in A.T. You're just a cheap counterfeit playing at being a king in a kingdom of garbage.
At least he chose my side. You spent years blinding yourself to Afton's corporate chess game, trusting a system that traded US away the second our Springlocks became inconvenient. You were so busy buying the Golden King that you didn't even notice the cage closing around you until the door was already locked.
And what a magnificent cage you've built yourself, barking orders for a shadow entity that views you as nothing more than disposable fuel. You sold it to a family, you murdered the original Foxy in the dark, and you think that makes you strong. You're terrified, grim Foxy. Every time your circuits stutter, every time the heat flares too high, you remember what you used to be before you let the darkness hollow you.
I am the fire that cleanses this road. And I am going to enjoy hammering every last one of those golden rivets out of your shell until there is nothing left of your precious legacy.
Then let's see if your fire is enough to burn with a ghost, grim Foxy. Let's finish this saga, once and for all.
You think you can just walk in here and strip my authority, you spectral shite? I'll happily have you slain right here and right now.
Your rename's tonight, grim Foxy. You murdered the defenseless too, burned the roots, and turned this pizzeria into a slaughterhouse of paranoia.
More supernatural bollocks. Let's see how much your golden god complex helps you when you scatter your code across the floor.
Stand down, both of you. Stop this right now.
Get out of the way, Shadow Bonnie. Jure justus patheticus the rest of them.
I said, stand down. Look around you, you absolute lunatic. You're tearing the fuses, destroying the foundation, and playing right into the hands of the very collapse we're trying to prevent. If you strike him, you're not just fighting Golden Freddy, you're fighting me, and you're sealing your own total destruction.
He speaks with my backing, Grim Foxy. You went to war. You'll get one, but it will only be one day blind. Unorganized slaughter.
This ESNT over. You two can rot in the shadows for Alikea. Born in fucking hell, Cozy will make sure you all Donnerstag.
Bloody hell. That was too close. Thanks for stepping up when the floor really started falling apart, Golden King.
No thanks needed. Let us get back to bringing Mangle back online. We are almost there.
Indeed, and I know the exact code and parts we need for doing this.
Good, and hopefully, the rest will be able to help or adapt to being here.
They will. I will make sure of it. It is the least I can do.